Hi, this is James from the Turner Guitar Studio. Today I'll be showing you a little bit about the Vox VT20 Plus. So this, in the new year, the Vox changed their amps, the VT line of amps, quite a bit. So aside from getting a new look, they got bigger wattage-wise. So instead of a 10? Yeah, instead of a 10 watt, they got a 20 watt. Instead of a 30 watt, they got a 40 watt. Instead of a 50 watt, they got an 80 watt. Instead of 100, they got 120. So, and then they'll call them a plus. So this is the VT20 Plus. So technically it's a 20 watt amp. However, on this power level control here, it goes all the way up to 30 watts, which will, give you that extra boost you need if you need it. So I probably wouldn't want to run it on there the whole time for sake of my speaker. But it does have that option, which is nice. And the main thing I love about that power level is that you can turn it way down, crank your volume, crank your gain, get really awesome overdrive sounds and stuff like that, but at a really low volume, so you won't, disturb the neighbors and so on. So it allows you that function, whereas in an amp without that type of control, you have to crank it to get any good tone, and that's something I hate about lots of amps. So that's a nice function. Other things they upgraded on this one is they now have 33 different amps. So there's 11 different controls here, a button to switch between 3 different presets for each one, so that's 33. And then they have 99 presets here, so for each one you can press this button. It's right now this is on a song, so this is a particular song that this correlates to. You have this one with just your basic preset, so it chooses your EQs, things like that. And then this one adds an effect and stuff as well to your preset for this particular one. So then you can switch between this as well, total of 99 different presets. And then you can also set it on manual mode, where you choose all your EQs, you choose which effects you're using, so on. So, and then they have their effects panel, so now they have 2 separate controls. So this one here has your effects that don't need a tap tempo, things like distortion, auto wah, one that makes it sound like an acoustic, things like that. On this one, there's things like delays, flangers, phasers, etc. that a tap tempo really comes in handy to make the sound how exactly you want it. So that one has the tap tempo control. And then you also have a separate reverb, so this has a room, spring, and hall reverb. They have a built-in tuner with bypass, so it bypasses your effects and presets and everything just to your clean sound, and then functions as a tuner, which is really handy. And aside from that, you have your normal gain, volume, 3-band EQ, and master volume. So yeah, very diverse amp. I'll show you a little bit, just some of the sounds that you can get out of it. So really, I would recommend you try it yourself, because there's tons you can go through. So, and I can't show you everything. So try it for yourself. It was the best. But this should hopefully give you an idea of what its capabilities are. So here, this is just on the regular basic clean channel, as basic as you can get. You can, like if we throw on, let's try this acoustic modeler. So this is made to sound like an acoustic. sounds, you know, kind of like an acoustic. You can probably get it more so by tweaking your other effects, your reverb and such. But that's that. An auto wah. Yeah, let's throw in an overdrive. Really nice overdrive. That's called their gold overdrive. They also have an organic distortion. Metal distortion. Yeah, so fuzz. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with that one. Then on this other side we have the tap tempo ones. So here's a delay. Yeah, so I'm sure there's something useful about that. Tape echo. So again, this tap tempo thing comes really in handy when it comes to echoes and delays. You can choose exactly how long you want it. And you can control how prominent that is with this control. You can turn it right off with that. Yeah, you can do the phasers. You can add a reverb or something. So there's spring reverb. And their hall reverb. So then we have left here, we have the 33 different amps you can go through. So that was all on the basic clean one. We can go through 3 other ones. So they all sound different just on a clean. With the AC30. red seems to always be a little bit more crunchy. US metal. Yeah, BTQ metal. Reverb off there. Yeah, so there's that's just a couple of them, and you can go through there forever. You can always change your tone by throwing in a lot more bass and dropping out your middle. Drop out your bass and that's kind of annoying, but yeah, there's tons you can do with this thing. So the only problem with this amp is the fact that there's so much. If you don't know what you're doing, it's pretty easy to get confused as to, you know, what everything does. Basically, if you turn these up, turn them all the way down, it'll make sure they're turned off. If you have this on a green, you know, and this one on manual, you're basically pretty standard settings. If you want to go into the presets, you just press this here, and then it'll go into presets for each one. So the red means song. So I don't know what song it's trying to copy. It might say in the manual. You know, in the green one it's a basic, so it just gives you a different one than the normal would be, and then you have your orange one which adds on effects automatically. So then you can change your, it changes which effects are on, and changes everything just by switching through these, even on the same amp. Anyways, you get the idea. There's a lot you can do. Get back on the manual, you hold it. So the power level function I really like, allows you to be able to, you know, play it really, really quietly and with insane overdrives. I'll show you a little bit. Let's put on a gold overdrive. Overdrive on there, and yet if I turn this way up, and then I have to turn the volume way down, and the volume. So you end up losing quite a bit of that tone. So that's actually still not bad, but it's gone now. Anyways, yeah, so that function's nice. There's the two separate controls for your effects is nice because you can throw them all on there together and whatnot. Usually on modeling amps even you can only have one channel for them. You know, you can save up to 8 presets in here, which I mentioned briefly before. So if you change anything in manual mode, you can save it into there, find it later for any particular song you wanted to do. Yeah, you have an auxiliary input, so you can run music through here and stuff, play along with it, whatever. Basically, this is it's an ideal practice amp for somebody wanting to do a lot of different types of stuff. And if you just want to do blues, I mean, you don't need lots of this stuff. If you just want to do country, whatever. But if you want to do a variety of things, try out different effects. If you want to be able to, you know, just play around and have a lot of fun with it, even if you're not, you know, in a particular style or whatever. This amp is perfect, and it's $200. I mean, you really cannot go wrong with it. The only way it could be a bad idea to buy it is if you're looking for something in particular for your specific thing, or if you're bare beginner and don't want to get confused by all the controls. So other than that, I definitely recommend you try it out at least. It's worth a go. And like I said, these are available in 40 watt, 80 watt, and 120 watt varieties, which all go up past that with their power level knob. So if you needed a bigger one or with bigger speakers or whatever, you could definitely gig with some of the bigger ones. Yeah, something to look at anyway. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and helps you make up your mind. See ya.